Mission Monday family, probably going to be longer than the typical 2-minute mission video again this time, because I have a mission I want to tell you about. I have a story that goes with it, and then I just have an update on some things that I want to let you know what's going on. So first of all, what I want you to do this week is make sure you thank somebody for a success that you have had, especially if they taught you something that led to that success. So I have had this happen a few times in my life on both directions. Sometimes somebody will reach back out to me and say, hey, you taught me this, and because of that, this happened, which always makes me feel really good. And sometimes it's been me reaching back out to someone saying, I learned this from you and it paid off. Thank you so much. And I want to tell you a specific story about that. So I'm a wrestler. Started wrestling in 7th grade, and I can remember when I was a freshman in high school, our head wrestling coach, Dean Tickle. Dean follows me on Facebook, so Coach Tickle, I thanked you for this before. Here it comes again. I can remember when I was a freshman, Coach Tickle showing a very particular way to finish a headlock, a specific way that you finished that hold, and it just made sense to me, and I never forgot that finish to that headlock. And then years later, I started getting into jiu-jitsu, and I was 39, and I entered a jiu-jitsu tournament that I won. And on the front page of our local paper was a picture of me holding my last opponent in that exact headlock hold right before I finished him off and I won the tournament. So I had to hit up Coach Tickle and say, hey, remember that move that you taught me way back when I was a freshman in high school? 39 years old, still using it, still working it. So, and like the super aggro Sam Stecker universe, felt really cool. But more importantly, felt cool to say thank you to somebody who had taught me something that I always hung on to in some capacity. So this week, make sure you take the opportunity to reach out to somebody who taught you something and then later you had success with it. Because so often in teaching we talk about we don't know the impact of what we do. When we make sure we thank people for what they taught us and let them know about the success we had because of it, then they do know. All right, so that's the mission, that's the story. Supplemental information. So some events coming up. Mark and I are going to be speaking March 23rd in Kearney at the Nebraska Rural School Community Association Conference. That one's really important to me because I attended that conference, I think, for 5 or 6 years in a row. Always wanted the opportunity to be on that stage and share the message. And finally, Mark and I get the chance to do that. So if you're in Kearney on March 23rd, thinking about going to the NERCSA conference, hopefully we've just given you another reason. Another thing, a little bit before that, and this one's a big deal too. Mark's not going to make it on this one. It's going to be just me, but I'm doing the keynote in Savannah, Georgia on March 8th at the National Youth Advocacy and Resiliency Conference. Here's why this one's a big deal to me. This is my first chance on a national stage in a national conference. Around 1,200 attendees, definitely the biggest crowd that I've ever gotten to speak in front of. So super honored to be at this conference with that many people in Savannah, Georgia, which is a city that I've always wanted to go to, and also at a conference that has a great mission. So I'm really excited about that. But here's the other thing. Mark and I would really like more of these opportunities. I think we both believe that we are at our best and we are doing the most good when we are on the stage teaching, motivating, sharing that Mission Monday message. So I'm just going to say, those are two pretty legit conferences that seem to think that Mark and I are worth the time to bring value to the attendees. Would y'all spread that word? We'd love more opportunities to do that. We would love more opportunities to be at our best. More importantly, we would love more opportunities to make a difference, to let people know, hey, here's how you can have a positive impact on where you are immediately and on an ongoing, proactive, intentional capacity. All right, hit us up. Hit other people up. Let the world know. Let us know. All right, that's all I have. Except as always, I would love it if you go to missionmonday.com, and I love you guys.